Hi everyone, this is Isaac from ILLUMINATIWatcher.com and your host of the Conspiracy Theories and Unpopular Culture podcast. As you know, I've analyzed the occult symbolism within the rap community for many years now, including the book on hip-hop conspiracies of the Illuminati, Sacrifice Magic Behind the Mic. And in it, I focused on the topic of the supposed blood sacrifice or Faustian bargain with the devil that seems to be evident within hip-hop and music in general. Now, today we're going to take a look at the unfortunate passing of a young up-and-coming rapper, XXXTentacion. I'll refer to him as X, but he's basically, if you don't know who he is, he's a SoundCloud rapper with quite a sordid past that includes alleged domestic violence, robbery charges, he had a rough childhood apparently, so on and so forth. But he was just shot and killed today, June 18th, 2018. Now, what's curious is that I wrote an article about him on ILLUMINATIWatcher.com in October of 2017 because he was on my radar. The name he has, which is XXXTentacion, I basically connected it to the idea that it stands for 666 Temptation. Okay. In Hebrew numerology, the X is the 24th letter, thus it is 2 plus 4, which equals 6. So indeed, XXX is 666. He also had said he was going to die by the age of 18, which is why he had the 17 tattooed on his head. But what was curious is that he did in fact die on June 18th, 2018. The 18th day of the month is 6 plus 6 plus 6, 18. Now, I know those are kind of like, number tricks a lot of Illuminati supposed conspiracy theorists come up with, but I've got much more insidious things to look at here, including the allegations that maybe Drake had him killed as an Illuminati blood sacrifice. First, you have to consider that he has a fellow rapper named Ski Mask, the Slump God. That's his real name. Again, one of these kind of like up and coming SoundCloud rappers. And he had uploaded an Instagram story, October of 2017, where Ski Mask revealed that his family was threatened. And he didn't refer to X by his actual name, but he said, "This is a person who has before threatened my family. Told me I was supposed to be sacrificed on some crazy shits. No, I didn't just separate myself for no reason." Then an adult film star, Marsha May, backed up his sacrifice claim in an interview and said that X did sacrifice Ski Mask's soul. She said, "XXX has the same thing. He sacrifices his best friend's soul. Ski Mask sacrificed his soul." Okay, now, in my conspiracy book, I talked about these kinds of things, okay? I know it sounds crazy, but you have to consider the evidence of ancient pagan cultures and the underground Illuminati movement, these secret societies that believe in connections to another world, sacrifice of energy to these, bloodthirsty gods and so on. So X became this famous rapper. His album called Question Mark debuted at number 1 on the Billboard charts in March of 2018. There was a lot of controversy around it because of the domestic violence charges and whatnot, and the music industry opening the door and giving, opening the gates for someone like this. What was curious was that around this time, X had a beef with the rapper Drake, because Drake had a song called KMT that sounded like X's first hit called Look at Me. And they sounded very, very similar, the flow and such. Now, X posted an image of someone who looked just like Drake performing a sexual act on another man, to put it very politically correct. It's I don't know if it's him or not, but he posted this image, and they went back and forth, and then X put on his Instagram that Drake would actually kill him. He actually said this. If you look at the actual words he used, he said, "If anyone tries to kill me, it was at Champagne Poppy. I'm snitching RN." I guess right now is what that means. And at Champagne Poppy is Drake. That's his Instagram handle. Now, this is back in February of 2018. Okay. Then if you look at another rapper named 600 Breezy, he claims that Drake gave him permission to go after X. And then X, threatened Breezy, said he's got some people that would knock him off in his own city. So it's very curious how X was indeed taken out in his own city. Now, we also need to consider last year in September 2017, one of Drake's best friends was shot dead, and it happened at 3 a.m., which is the witching hour. It was apparently caught on footage, but his friend is doing the 666 symbol over the all-seeing eye, which is symbolism we see often from Drake. I've been talking about Drake for many years now with his symbolism of the 666, the all-seeing eye, and Moloch and Minerva. I mean, it's all there in plain sight. The symbolism for his OVO label, October's Very Own, is of the owl at Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove is the place in California where the elitists meet every year, and they conduct a mock sacrifice to a giant owl god. Again, this is all rooted in actual historical rituals, this idea of the blood sacrifice, a sacrifice of energy to the gods for appeasement. Now, it's also curious, and this is the last point I'll make, is that Drake is dropping an album in June this month called Scorpion. And the Scorpion ties into the October Surprise. Again, we talked about the October Very Own record label of Drake's. But it's, Scorpion represents like the underworld and such. But in the Bible, it represents evil. So you have all these symbols and ideas coalescing together that maybe there was a beef between Drake and X, and the planets aligned to make the Illuminati blood sacrifice, given all of Drake's symbolism of the Bohemian Grove stuff, the cremation of care ceremony, and the actual threats posed by each rapper. So either way, I'm a fan of the rap genre. It's sad to see anybody get killed over anything like this. It's unfortunate because X could have maybe turned his life around and been a better person. I don't think it's right for anyone to take that away from him, that opportunity. So rest in peace.